My big bet for 2026 and beyond is we're going to see just an insane number of bank M&A. And I think that obviously our current administration is going to allow that to happen and I think wants that to happen. But I think that what we're going to see is even more bank acquisitions because the larger banks are going to be much quicker to using AI and they're going to find a lot of cost savings. I think the latest report was JP Morgan has saved $2 billion.
JP Morgan spends $2 billion a year and Jamie Dimon just said that now he's at break even. That means everything else is just going to be gravy.
And so banks like that who are finding such vast cost savings already are so much further ahead of the small community bank, maybe sub $1 billion in assets that might be using Copilot. They might have those 7 Copilot licenses. They might be using some machine learning in their transaction monitoring or in their fraud detection. But they are not yet seeing the huge cost savings just across those 3 areas that you mentioned: risk, operations, and growth. And so the idea that a large bank can actually buy up a small bank and get even greater economies of scale because of their use of AI is something that I think is going to speed up more acquisitions. What do you think about that?
We're definitely seeing that there is a group of banks who just get it. They've spent the last couple of years building out a centralized data layer where they can ingest not only core data, but all the data that they're getting from fintechs. Because I think that's also very important. Right now with the smaller banks, it's not just the core that has your data. It's every fintech partner, your LOS partner, another partner over here. All of a sudden their data is hyper fragmented. There is a tier of banks. And listen, some of them are smaller than you think. I talked to a bank that was just over $2 billion in assets who has bothered to build out their own kind of data warehousing system because they're looking towards the future and they're saying, listen, we need to have total view of customer. Because the only thing that's going to distinguish us moving forward, the only thing that's going to make us competitive going forward is how can we overserve this client that we understand? And then there's going to be other banks that are just going to get swept up in, we're here, we have this pile of money and customers, we don't know what to do with them. Maybe our management and growth has been stalled because we haven't advanced these modern data processes. And I believe, like you do, they're going to get bought up by these sophisticated players who, even if they're not large in size, have a little bit of forward vision with what it means to compete with these fintechs and these larger institutions.